Mrs. Apiag, you deny liability.
Correct.
Describe to me the relation of your homes to one another. They live behind you, yes?
Yes.
And you have a shared fence.
Shared back fence.
We have a video of the fence?
We had a video prior to us repairing and then after we've repaired.
Okay, I want to see what the fence looked like before the repair. Let's look at the video, please. Whose side of the fence are we seeing now with the lattice?
Our side.
That's your side of the fence. And this is after the repair?
Correct.
Who paid for the repair?
We did.
I also would like to show these photographs that the plaintiffs submitted. So is this your side of the fence with this
Yes.
plywood or whatever in front of it?
Yes, these are plywood reinforcements that we've done before the incident.
Before the incident.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's May, you're sitting on your back patio. Tell me how you become aware of Daisy's injuries.
I hear the barking, which is not uncommon. There's a lot of dogs in our neighborhood. I called for my dog because she was barking as well. In the next moment, I heard like a crack or a loud noise followed by her basically squealing very loudly in pain. I jumped up and turned around, and she was running from the fence to the house. As she crossed the patio, she was trailing blood behind her.
What time of day was this?
It was late afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd say.
Were you home at the time, May 11th, around 3 o'clock?
Yes.
And did the plaintiff approach you or discuss this incident with
She
you?
approached me, I believe, around 5 o'clock that day.
You didn't hear anything?
I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I would hear the dogs bark as they typically do, but no, and there was no blood from my dog.
What's your dog's name again?
Zeus.
She comes to you and says, Zeus got through the fence and bit Daisy.
Yes, and she didn't say got through the fence.
Daisy.
Yes, she didn't say got through but yes, our dog allegedly bit her dog through the fence.
What were Daisy's injuries?
She was bitten on the paw. The bite was in between the pads, so they had to sedate her.
Do you think that plywood was secure?
Yes.
Clearly not, because if the plywood was secure, then how did the dog get through? You didn't see Zeus come through and attack Daisy.
At the same time, after Daisy ran inside, one of those pieces of plywood was not there before the incident. I grabbed a spare piece of plywood to block the section of fence that was knocked forward.
So there was less plywood on your
Yes.
side of, that's even worse for you. It suggests to me that your side of the fence was not secure.
There's a tree right there.
Let's fast forward just momentarily, because you go speak to Mrs. Apiag.
Yes.
You have the conversation. What's the conversation?
I just stopped by and let her know, here's what happened. I've taken her into the vet.
What do you say?
Instantly I was apologetic. Like, whatever, if anything happened,
Yeah, because
obviously.
you're not a jerk.
Well, and I care about people's dogs. I own dogs. He's an old man. I care.
And I think it's important to point out that an apology isn't always an admission of
Exactly.
liability. I note that you then, Ms. Olmsted and Mr. Thornton, send them a letter. And in this letter, you indicate that they owe you money, you want to resolve it informally, and if they don't, you're going to avail yourself of other options, including potentially having their dog put down. That was a little aggressive.
No, we just simply went off of the information that we had online at what the possible consequences could be. And we just...
As I read this letter, I don't know that you had a basis for saying that their dog broke through the fence. But then you kind of take this turn where you say going the legal route could have your pet labeled as vicious and possibly lead to the court or the city to demand that he be put down. That's a big jump about an incident that you didn't witness that resulted from a fence that neither of you seemed to keep in good repair.